Check one, check two. Let's go. R.I.P. Ken Flores. One of the greatest comedians on the come up. We will honor this man for the rest of the year. So everybody tapping in right now. I see it. It's a slow tap in. People probably barely waking up. All good. You don't catch it now, you won't catch us later. You can catch us forever. This will forever be in the universe. Casey, is it game time?
It's game time.
Ooh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on, sir.
It's about to be game time.
All right, well, let's get it popping then. Yes, welcome to Hoodstock Saturday afternoon. We got something great for you guys. Pull out your pencil, your paper. About to get an education right here for free. Let's go. Everybody hit that like. Run them likes up. Nay love, I see you, girl. Stay trippin', what's happening, dog? Drippin' sauce. Yes, sir, rest up. Ken Flores. Happy Saturday, Nay love. Alex Guzman. I see it. Andrew Lopez. You recognize any names right there?
I see the tax, got my tax done yesterday.
That's good. I see it.
Cha-ching.
Good, we get them fast,
Raider, what up, dog? R. Vasquez, what's happening? East, Los Boyle Heights, always showing love. Appreciate you, my dog. It's a beautiful day today, man. It's a beautiful day to just get out and do something with yourself, you know? And the weather is a little bit of funky, too, because you don't know what to do with the weather. You're like, do I put pants or I put shorts on? And then you put pants on, and you know, it's gloomy outside right now, huh?
Yeah, gloomy, but, I mean, anything works.
What kind of weather do you prefer?
70s.
70s?
Keep it in the 70s, nice and sunny.
Yeah.
Wear whatever you want, sweater, shorts.
Absolutely.
Don't matter.
And as you hear this this beautiful, powerful Latina right here that we have today, I want everybody, as you hear her voice, I want everybody to give it up for Miss Carmen Hernandez. Let's go.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Nervous, but I'm good.
Why are you nervous?
Just never done a live podcast, so.
Yeah, they're fun.
I'm nervous. Yeah.
But there's no take backs.
Yeah. That's what makes it fun.
It's for life.
Yeah.
You know, there's been times that we've had a little bit of a slip up.
Yeah.
But.
So what do you do? Like if I were to mess up right now, what do you do?
Well, we fix it in real time.
Damn.
If you were to mess up right now, we fix it in real time, you know? We own it, we get it, and we reshape it into the form that it's supposed to be at, right?
I feel better now.
Yeah, it's easy. It's really easy. I mean, there's nothing, unless you have like a serious Tourette's moment where you start just yelling out racial slurs and do some crazy stuff like that, then there's potentially we cannot fix that.
Yeah, no, there's no going back.
But we would love for you to do that, and we'd have fun with you do that. Like if you just like, oh shit, she's Tourette's, fuck yeah, dog. I didn't know that changed the title, dog. You know what I mean?
Tourette's gone wild. No.
Tourette's tax lady. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna want to get something from you.
Oh no.
Because they're gonna be like, watch what she does when she does your taxes. Yeah. Stupid bitch! Just doing somebody's taxes? Motherfucker!
You fucking owe now. No.
Bro, that'd be serious. But, okay. That'd be fun. Not everybody would think that would be fun.
No.
I would enjoy that, though.
No. We get the older crowd who don't like that, you know?
Is it like that?
Oh, yeah.
Older
we
crowd?
have that. Yeah. We have our older Mexican, you know?
Yeah.
We have to be respectful. You know, I already know. When they come in.
You already know what it is.
Yep. I get up, shake their hand. I already know.
Is it depending on their... depending on their... It's not social, I want to say. I want to say depending on their status in the world in regards to
Money?
No,
not at all.
No, but I want to say, is there different temperaments that are coming in? Like, there's some people that are just really uptight and nervous about getting their taxes done.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's some people that are like, fuck yeah, it's time to get paid.
Yes. The ones that know that they're going to get a fat refund, January 2nd, they're calling me, making appointments.
Yeah.
They're like, let's do this.
Damn, that's early too.
Yeah, they
January
want to come
2nd.
in. They're like fighting. I had 2 ladies fighting, like fist fighting in front of the office.
Did you record it?
No, I was with a client and I just heard them fighting. And
what were they fighting about?
One came in as a walk-in and said, "Can I see Carmen?" And they're like, "Well, there's other, tax preparers that can help you." And she said, "No, I'll wait for her." Well, she has clients, that have appointments. And she said, "I don't care. I'll wait." And the other lady came in and she said, "Well, it's my turn." And yep, she didn't like it. So she pushed her and said, "You wait your turn. You're a walk-in, go outside." And nope, she pushed her back and they got into it.
And what would you call that? Is there a word?
Fans.
I was thinking you'd
Fans.
say, I was thinking you're saying, well, it'd be considered a little ghetto.
Nah.
No?
No. Just fans.
Well, one had an appointment and the other one was a walk-in.
Yeah.
So it's like put some respect on my appointment.
Yes, they should have been more respectful. But I can't say you're welcome to walk in and then,
Yeah.
and then be like, no, have some respect. No.
Well, of course. Everybody at the end of the day, everybody's got to respect everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She should have been more respectful, but
Well, you never.
They were both happy when I was done with them.
Damn.
They're always happy.
Are you kind of like a therapist at the same time?
Yes, I consider myself something along the lines like a bartender. You get drunk, you're talking to your bartender. Same thing when they come to me.
Do you get tips?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that I should have been doing this whole time, is giving you a tip?
Well, you were one of the clients that are nervous when they come in, You could tell.
Yeah? I do feel nervous.
So, damn. And then you don't like my white walls,
Look, he has PTSD with white walls.
So this is let me set this up for you guys.
Let's set the record straight here.
So this is my tax lady. Raider, stop that shit, bro. These fucking assholes, man. Just know that some of these comments are going to be very, very filthy.
It's okay.
Yes. Because we don't have a lot of women, excuse me, let me correct that. But we need to have more powerful women like yourself. But anyway, so let me set the table for you guys. So Carmen's been doing my taxes for the past, I think, 3 years.
Yes, 3 years.
3 years. Carmen's been doing my taxes for 3 years, and she does a great job. But, so you can kind of say that I've known Carmen for 3 years. And shout out to J-Kaz. J-Kaz hooked me up with you. Yeah, shout out to J-Kaz.
Shout out.
And so I go and I've known her for 3 years, but I don't, know her like that for 3 years. Like she's not like my homegirl. Like we hang out and bop, or me and her husband are homies, where we congregate on the weekends or anything. But anyway, so it's always been a professional thing. So yeah, when I go in there, I am a little nervous because I just feel like, the white walls, make me a little nervous.
They get you a little going, yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to you because you are very, very professional and easy to, do the taxes with.
Yeah, it should be like that for anybody, Anybody who comes in there, we make sure that you understand what's getting processed and what type of return it is that you have, because not everybody's the same. I don't care if you have a W-2 or if you have an LLC, if you have a C-Corp, if you have sole proprietor, it doesn't matter. Everybody is different. Everybody files differently.
Yes. Some people got their shit together.
Some people have their shit together. Some people drop off boxes. Some people say,
oh, shoot.
Yeah. Some people say, I don't know. Can you just put whatever looks good?
Yeah. And you got to work your magic in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, you got to work with what you got.
I got to work with what I got.
Let's not incriminate you or anything like that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Because that's not the type of, that's not the type of person you're. How do you feel about administration talking about getting rid of the IRS?
Well, who's going to fund? My only concern is go ahead, get rid of the, IRS or taxes, whatever.
Well, that would fuck you up though, right? Your business.
In a maybe a little bit, because we specialize in not just tax strategy, but books, for corporations, and we help them structure their business, get it going, read financials, let them know where their business is weak or where in strong points, set targets, things like that.
Yes.
That's the other side of our business. But if the IRS were to say, hey, no, we're shutting it down, I mean, my only concern is who's funding, the military. I'm married to a military man.
Yeah.
I need that check.
Look like you need to send him back to boot camp. Looks like he's been out of the military for a minute.
No,
I'm just fucking with you, Doug. He's like, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Fucking kick your ass, sir.
No, yeah, that's my concern. Our police, our teachers.
Yes.
What about all that? Who's going to fund all that?
Let me tell you. So, it's about $4.9 trillion in total revenue of all of Americans that fund the United States.
Yeah.
It's about $4.9 trillion of income tax.
Did you just pull that out of thin air, mister?
No, I gotta try to get it. I try to get it ready.
You got it ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, and still like that, teachers don't make.
Oh, and thank you for your service, Big Dog.
I think teachers should be making way more than especially our public schools.
100%. We're kind of bouncing around a little bit right here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So how long have you been in this business?
So I started Elite Business Management a little bit over 12 years.
And you have 2 locations.
I have 2 locations, one in Pomona for my P-Town people.
Yes.
And then the other one in Menifee for my Temecula Valley besties. I have to throw it out there for the bougie clients. I have bougie clients too.
Yeah.
For all the wine,
Yeah.
wine connoisseurs out there.
Yeah.
So is that why your Pomona office looks a little hood?
It looks a little hood because when I started Elite, I was a single mom, 3 little girls. I was working 2 jobs, and I don't know how the hell I got it going, but I got it going.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been there when Thu's there. She's an older Asian lady. She's like my business mom. She was always there helping me out, pick up the kids, dropping them off, get the business going. She's always been there. But as little as it is, that's my heart. That's where it all started. That's what put food on the table, and it just grew.
You would think after all these years, you'd kind of maybe think about decorating it or something.
So I do every year after tax season.
No respect for that office.
We put in new floors, we paint, we do a little things, but you got to remember, I have to have it open. People want to go in there, and so it's kind of hard. But
is that when you have a business like that? Is it just half the beginning of the year type of business?
No, so it started as just maybe January through April.
January
right?
through April. Okay.
Yeah, January through April, the busy time. And then May through December, I would focus more on my other jobs and my kids,
Okay.
But I would offer bookkeeping, and try to get like business clients in. There's something to keep it going every month, because if not, I can't survive off just January through April.
Because I could have sworn last year I went by there around July and I seen you as a Zumba instructor in there.
Oh, sometimes. Sometimes I do. No, I don't.
Lucky saw the orange and green sheets in front of the door, so he knew.
Oh my goodness! No.
I always this about like tax places, right?
Yeah.
And so, you have to balance the business out.
You have to.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to, because let's say Trump does take away taxes. How is he going to survive?
Well, there's always going to be taxes, but I think he's talking about just kind of minimizing their power, minimizing their power, right?
Yeah.
Because they're too deep and they got too much time in their hands, and I don't know.
You would probably pay taxes as you spend money, essentially. That's kind of where the.
Well, I like the idea. If you make below $150,000 a year, you
don't pay tax.
You don't pay taxes.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah. Because that would make me just make $149, and that's it. And then everything else is off the books.
That's when you need someone like me, right? A tax strategist. Keep me below the 150 to make sure, I don't know.
Absolutely. And so this year has been my best year with a refund. We're not going to put a number on that because, all of a sudden I might have a couple family members pop up and be like, can I borrow some money? You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to let nobody borrow money right now. Yeah.
Those are my favorite type of tax returns.
Yes. So I don't want to use mine for an example, but I just want to talk about services you provide, and how important. Maybe give these guys some gems. Give them something to.
Yeah. So for sure, I don't want to put down any other tax office down, right? Of course not. It's all love everywhere you go. But I do want to, there's this saying I heard, and it's, there's two types of taxpayers. There's the uninformed, and then there's the informed. You guys stay informed. Don't go somewhere, and this I tell my clients all the time. Don't go somewhere just because you have one W-2 and there's nothing else to it. Don't just go somewhere or take a picture of it, and if it gave you a refund, it gave you a refund. You don't know why. Or you owe and you pay, you don't know why. You should know. Anywhere you go, they should tell you why you owed and what you could do to fix that so that next year you don't come out owing, or why you got the refund that you got, and maybe next year it'll be the same. How could you make it a little higher, or whatever it is. It's all about strategizing throughout the year. But the most important thing is wherever you get them done, you need to know. And there's so many, and it's not loopholes. There's so many things that you can expense and loopholes, different things, I guess, loopholes or gray areas that we're missing out, you guys. So go with someone who really takes their time with you, not someone who's just gets you in and gets you out. And this is for the personal tax, okay? Then we have the business. People who are starting off their little hustle on the side and become either a C Corp or an LLC or S Corp, whatever it is, or just never incorporated. And don't sleep on tax strategy, you guys. It's not all about just, writing off expenses. It's really about, structuring your business the right way, getting paid, and building generational wealth. That's really what I gotta, let you guys know, and don't let yourselves, wherever you guys go, do not let yourselves know your stuff.
Look, you want to reset the audio board real quick? Just turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, check.
Time to time we have these little problems. Check 1 2 1 2. Is that better, guys? Sorry about that.
Check. The audio, the levels look like they're a little bit higher, but still looks the same.
The levels are fine. Check 1 2 1 2. Okay, I think we're good.
Tax strategy.
So someone put TurboTax. I love TurboTax, actually. We fix those all the time. All the time. They're my number one referrals.
There's a lot of people that take doing their taxes in their own hands.
Yes.
Because there's applications, there's people selling, we'll say applications that are saying, hey, you don't need to go do your taxes. If you buy our program, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can do them yourself. Just input and bam, done deal.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily, and so people think that they're saving $1, but they might be losing some dollars.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's automated. You got to remember.
Yeah.
And usually those softwares say, for federal, it's free. You don't have to pay. But then when you have to file the state, and this is where it gets tricky because there's other credits that the state has to offer, not just federal. So you're really missing out. Especially on tax strategy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, 100%. And I've had a lot of, and so I got recommended to you because I have a business, and then also too, I have a day job. And so JCAS was like, hey bro, go see Carmen, and Carmen's going to take care of you with that. So you specialize in businesses and everything else. You consider yourself a tax strategist. And so there's probably a difference. There's some people that just do taxes, but how do you get the belt or black belt, whatever you want to call it, of the tax strategist? That's on another level, right? Playing field?
Yes. So definitely it's experience, right? And it really relies on the person doing the taxes, If your basic tax preparer is not going to care and just put in whatever forms you got to give them or whatnot. But your tax strategist, they're really going to study new laws, new regulations, what federal has to offer, and California. And then maybe just not California. I have clients, we have clients out of state,
Yeah.
all around the U.S., Dubai, Canada.
Oh, you got clients out that way?
Yeah, we
They
have
do
them everywhere.
they do the taxes with you?
Foreign taxes, yes. Yeah.
Oh, because
And
they have business in the States.
they have business in the
So
States.
somehow, some way, they've got in contact with you.
Yes, or they live. I have one in Hong Kong. You know, she lives in Hong Kong half of the year, and the other half she lives here. You know what I mean? So it's like both and both. But it's all about the attention. And ladies, if you guys want to do, if you have an office that does tax preparation or bookkeeping or accounting, take it to another level. If you already know the basics, all you have to do is just pay a little bit more attention to each client and really make it work for them. Just with that, you know, your referrals come in flying in.
Absolutely. And so, if you're a business owner like myself, right? And you see how I come in. I kind of come in just like off the cuff. I'm not very organized. I'm not organized at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're not the only one.
Yeah.
The most common business owners are not organized.
What is the ideal way to come in as a business owner that makes it that shows a person that's doing the taxes, right, that you are organized? What is the proper way of just presenting the information?
Okay, so a heavenly sent client, right, who has a business, if they come in with their financials already ready to go, their profit and loss and their balance sheet. Now, it might sound foreign, like, what the hell? How am I going to put that stuff together or whatnot? But really, it really just depends on proper bookkeeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so how do you do
is.
I mean, sometimes people hire bookkeepers.
Yeah.
Are you a bookkeeper as well?
Yes.
Yes.
We're an accountant. I'm an accountant, but we have bookkeeping as well.
Okay, you're an accountant, which so you take on people's businesses, and right?
Yes.
Okay, and so how does so people just funnel you the expenses and the profits, and then you keep the books? Is that the way that works?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So we just go on there, reconcile. You know, we have access to their bank accounts, so we structure their books correctly depending on the type of business that it is, because not all businesses are structured the same, and really work on that chart of accounts. And I don't want to go too boring because this is not a boring podcast, okay? But we go off their bank statements and reconcile. Now, that's just basic bookkeeping. That's any owner could do that if they want to, right?
Okay. So
reconciling your bank account, QuickBooks online, quick. Link it to your account.
Oh, you can link QuickBooks to your account?
Yeah, QuickBooks on the go on your phone, link it to your business account, and it'll start recording everything.
Expenses, money coming in and money going out?
Yep. Yeah.
And so it tracks it, and then it just keeps the books for you.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't want to reconcile or go too deep, because as a business owner, you don't have time to sit there and go through your books, right?
Yeah.
This is why eventually every business owner hires a bookkeeper or an accountant and so on. But at least just like that, you have everything. Now you don't have to take boxes of receipts or an Excel sheet or tell me to work my magic.
So it's best. It's for a business owner. It's the best way is to do it that way, because like you see the way I come in, and man, I keep on trying to get myself. I keep telling myself that I'm going to get it right, and obviously, when you're gunning and running, it's easier said than done. But so what I do is what I did this year is I just multiplied it by 12 months, because I know more or less what I pay for different things a month, which makes it a little bit easier for me. Mm-hmm. But to be absolutely exact, then like QuickBooks or having a bookkeeper or an accountant is the way to go, right?
Yes, and you will be surprised. So I have clients and I tell them, like, look, now that you're doing bookkeeping on your own or you hired a bookkeeper or whatever, we're going to compare it to how it was before when you would guesstimate, right? You'd be blown away on how much. Day. Oh my gosh! Of
losing
how much
money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. The money you save is incredible.
Yeah. So I need to get better because I don't want to be losing money.
Yeah, and you're building your business. You see how either weak or strong your business was, and that's what you really need to know. If you're in business, you need to know.
And then part of a good business is structuring it fucking properly, right?
Yes.
Excuse my language. Yeah. And that's part of that is having the books right.
Yes.
Not just coming in like me on the fly with a torn out piece of line paper, with the little scrabbles at the end and some.
IRS, he's messing around.
Well, Yes,
No,
I am messing around, but everything,
true, yes.
but everything. Like I don't trip on the IRS because I know that I have more expenses than what I'm probably recording.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Hands
so
down.
that's why I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
and so I know I'm losing out by doing this. So
Yeah.
just having this conversation is gonna emphasizes, for me to just start doing it right.
Yeah.
Push
yeah.
me in the right direction, and so you take care of, you also line up corporations for people and all the other different
Yep.
levels.
Yes.
What else could we talk about services that you provide?
So we structure businesses. Let's say somebody wants to come in and say, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business. We
Yeah.
offer consultations on what type of business structure best suits your type of business that you're trying to start.
Yeah.
Or let's say they're done with their business and they want to dissolve it, get rid of it. They don't want it anymore. We also dissolve them. And our most popular one is our consultation, once a month or every quarter, where they just want to see how their business is going, and sometimes not even how their business is going, is how much they're making throughout the year and the plans that they have. So if they're planning on buying a house, how's it going to affect me? I think I'm going to get married with, we might have a baby, and it could just be a plain W-2, and it matters. It does matter.
Wow, talk about levels in life.
Yes.
Because let's be real about it. Having a baby is an expense.
Oh my gosh,
and,
yeah.
And you know what? There's certain individuals in this world that really properly plan to have a baby.
Yes.
And they might talk to the accountant saying, hey, I'm thinking about having a baby. And do we got some baby money up in that mug?
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? You'd be surprised. It's mostly the younger generation now
That are doing that?
Yeah, I'm talking about straight out of high school.
And did they learn from their parents what not to do?
I'm like, what? My kids are like, we're not having kids, but
Yeah.
these new generation, they're just like, no, I just want to make sure, I have everything sorted out before next year. I'm thinking I'm going to make this much more, but I want to buy a home, and where I'm going to get married, and she also makes money, or she's going to school. How is that going to affect me?
Well, shoot, back in my day, man, females and dudes were popping babies out like hot and ready Little
Yeah.
Caesar pizzas. You know what I mean? Seriously, man.
Yeah, we had babies young.
Yeah, there's pizza crust everywhere.
It's in the sauce, man.
It's in the sauce. It's in the sauce. But yeah,
I'm glad that kids are now. Well, it's we're in a generation of information, right? Where the kids are smarter, and they're smarter just because of this smartphone they have right here.
Oh yeah.
And they don't have to have a professor. They don't have to have contact with anybody. They have all the information right there, And how do you feel with the AI coming? You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Chat GPT all the time. I'm always on it.
Let's go.
That's pretty cool, huh? Because some dude was showing it to me. Casey talked a little bit about it too, man. But there was this dude that was working on my job site. So I'm working in a data center right now.
Okay.
And data centers have everything to do with AI and what's coming. That's a new thing. I'm an electrician, right? You know that. So we're building up these data centers like in downtown LA. All those floors and all these buildings that used to have people in them, now there's nobody in these floors, and they're just building data centers in there.
My goodness, yeah, that's the future.
Wow.
That's scary.
So basically what it is, it's just these buildings in downtown LA is basically a computer tower.
Oh my goodness.
They're computer towers now.
Wow.
Filled with all this high-tech equipment, and then we come in and we, as electricians, we build we give it the power, you know. And when you give these data centers power, it's crazy because you got to have a backup generator. You got to have the backup generator. Like, we have to build these data centers to a point that they will never lose power.
Yeah, because if they lose power, everybody who's connected to that is asked out.
Yes, exactly. So it's crazy. I'm thinking about it right now as I'm telling you this, but yeah, in downtown LA, all the high-rise buildings are basically turned into big computer towers.
Oh my gosh.
And there's not a lot of people in a lot of those buildings now.
Yeah, it's all everything's going to be AI now.
Well, there's people that come in now and they just look at the, you know what I mean? They look at the screen and make sure it's running right, and bop, and they come around and they make their rounds, right?
Yeah, and then that's it.
They make their rounds like maybe a correctional officer would make their rounds on count time, counting the inmates and making sure they're there twice or 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
Now they're making their rounds and checking the screens and making sure these computers are functioning, because what these computers do, who knows what it's functioning in part of the world or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man.
Yeah. So I hope they don't take my job.
Yeah, that was the reason why I asked you that question.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, there's no way around it. If that's where we're going, that's where we're going. We're gonna have to 10x this motherfucker and make some money.
What is 10x? What is 10x a motherfucker mean?
So 10x is.
She said we got to 10x a motherfucker. And so I was like the dumb person. I just laughed along, like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, it's my podcast. Let me ask her what it is.
Great. So a 10x, and I got this for one of my clients who's in coaching, right? Coaching businesses and stuff. Yeah. So basically 10xing is making it 10 times better, making your business, even yourself, 10 times better, production wise, money wise, anything wise, like 10 times better. And then business wise, you want to 10x it and sell it, that way you make 10 times what you invested.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the goal. But,
how are you with, how are you with money? You must be great with money.
I think so.
Yeah. Are you frugal? Are you tight?
This year I am.
Yeah.
Before, no. I'm like, we work hard. We play hard.
Yes. Work hard, play hard.
Yes.
So you reward yourselves.
Yes, and especially my kids.
Yes.
I'm working hard, so I'm like, you know what? What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want?
Shout out to your daughter, the one that I've met a couple times at your office.
Aw, the
one I did the video on too.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then so you have a new business too, Ama's Munchies?
Yes. So
Amas.
So Ama. So we call my mom Ama.
Amas. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So we call her Ama, which is my mom. Everybody calls her Ama.
And that's your mom that I met in there, huh?
Yes.
She's a beautiful woman too.
Thank you.
Is she single?
No, she's married.
No, I'm just asking for anybody to go there.
For a friend. No. Yeah. So the little story behind that one is that shop used to be called Mundo Pepe.
Yeah.
And it was there for 10 years before, he wanted to sell it. I was doing his books. He's, been in Pomona for a long time. And he just got tired.
And what did he have going on right there?
The same thing.
Oh,
the same thing. And I'm like, don't sell it. Don't sell it. You're a staple here. Come on. And he's like, yeah. And my daughter's like, Mom, my oldest one, Mom, let's take over. I want to run it.
Is that the one that I met, the oldest one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said.
And she's so well spoken, man.
I
said, hey, you want me to shoot a video? She's like, oh, please, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that's not my oldest. That's my middle one.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. But she's well spoken.
Thank you. That's my crazy one.
She did that like a nothing on the first time. You see that video we did?
Oh my gosh. I saw it all the way home because, I took her home and we have an hour drive, right? We live in Temecula. And she just kept playing it over and over. And Mom, we have 100 likes. Mom, we have 200 likes. Like, she was so excited. So thank you so much for that. That was that's love.
I always try to support like that. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
People that I mess with.
That you mess with. Yeah. So my daughter wanted it. I said, okay, let's keep it going. We couldn't, unfortunately, keep the name because of legalities or whatever.
Yeah.
But so we switched it to Ama's Munchies, but everything's the same from before.
That's nice.
Keep the staple there in Pomona.
And so back to you being good with money. I mean, as you should, right? You know, as you should. But then because your brain is always computing numbers.
Yes.
Is that safe to say?
Yes. No. Very safe to say.
Okay. So
all the time.
Do you have, women like to buy clothes and dress nice and smell good and put filters on their face.
Spend money on them filters. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, so do you treat yourself or do you try to who do you?
I do.
You do?
I do. So this year we want to buy a home. So I'm like, we're going to be frugal, we're going to not spend so much. But other than that, we're always hanging out. We're always at the casino. Okay. We're always shopping.
So you guys gamble a lot?
I think I gamble a little. He gambles more. My husband gambles a lot more. Yeah. I'm just there for the gifts.
The gifts? if he
at the
wins?
casino. No, you know how when you're a member at a casino, you get your little gifts or whatever.
Oh,
I'm there with the old ladies.
Oh, so you part of the like you get the card. And
Yeah,
then you bam.
yeah.
So they track your things and they're saying, hey, this couple, this beautiful couple right here,
Yeah.
married couple, spent a lot of money right here. So
We're
go
gonna give
take
them a
care of
$10
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah. And it
Well,
feels
they
good
spend-
after it
yeah.
feels good after losing.
After we're going we still spend money, but it's okay.
Which one of you guys go to casinos?
We live right next to Pachanga.
Okay.
So we're
Is
always
that a
there.
nice one?
Yeah, it's nice. Have you been?
No, I haven't. I've been there in passing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I think I like it a lot.
We did a drug deal there one time.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
I was in passing. It was in the parking lot. You know what I mean? You know, hand to hand, bam, see you later. All right, dog.
Yeah.
That was years ago though. I don't do that shit no
Yeah.
more. But I was looking at it from the parking lot, man, and I was just because a lot of people. Back in the day, they would that was their thing. Like a lot of guys that sell money or make money or do certain things, they like to hang out at the casinos. Everybody likes to hang out at the casinos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fun.
You know,
We have a drink.
there's a lot of different type of rackets going on in that casino. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you sometimes you be like, well, she look like a prostitute. Well, you know, she is a prostitute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you sit next to them and be like, what?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, hey, can I buy you a drink? You know what I mean? Even though they're giving out free drinks, you know.
Hey, you need your taxes done?
You need your taxes done.
I'll do your taxes.
Is that how you? Is that how you met old boy right here?
No.
Yeah, you're like,
no,
shit, I'm
not
gonna do
at
your
all.
taxes. Fool.
No.
Tax you up, boy.
I tax you up. No, he was dating me. He was trying to date me to get free taxes done, you know.
Damn, man.
And then look where he's at now. So
Yeah, sitting there.
Now, does he have to do his own
I'm sitting
taxes
there,
now?
but I'm just.
No, well, we're married, so I do our taxes late, like always.
Do you
but-
do taxes joint together?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it benefit people that are married to do them together, or does it better if they're separate?
It depends.
Okay.
Remember, it depends on their situation. If how much each one makes, do they own businesses, what's going on? That's what I'm saying. Like, sit down with someone and let them explain to you what's the best scenario for you on how to file.
Absolutely, and that's when a tax strategist comes into play. Like they
Yes.
can give you this information.
Yeah.
Before you, I used to go to this dude right down the street right here in East Los, Whittier Boulevard, man. Cool dude, man. Just like he's pretty easy cut and dry, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And but anyways, I've been going to you since. But I hear you and I see you on how you do it and what you do it, you know, and I recognize the difference is what I want to say.
Oh,
I
thank you.
I recognize the
Thank
difference, you know.
Yeah, we try. That's our number one rule with everyone, all our staff. If you guys met Abby, you know, on our Wednesdays, live Wednesdays on Instagram.
Yeah, so tell me about that. Tell me about Abby. Who is Abby?
So Abby's a hoot.
She's a hooch?
No, hoot. Like
Oh,
funny,
hoot.
funny,
Oh, a
funny.
hoot. I'm sorry.
No. I met her
Apologize.
years ago.
Apologize,
I wish she was here. You guys
Why
would
did you
be
bring her?
cracking up.
I thought you were gonna bring
She
her.
had to work.
Okay.
So I met her years ago in the corporate world. We worked together. She's so smart. So when I ventured off in my own business, I used to tell her, come on, you know, jump in. But of course, you know, everybody has their own path. Eventually, a couple years ago, we joined, and that's when we opened the office together in Menifee. By the way, that office is 2,100 square feet. That one's huge.
Wow.
You got to go see it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. But she's a tax guru, man, especially for the real estate people. We have real estate clients, you know, flipping, you know, whatever, in the rental, all that good stuff. She's it. So I'm so happy she jumped in, and her brain, man.
She's got a good
100.
brain.
Oh yeah.
Who's your crypto expert in your business?
Crypto expert, man. I think I would have to say Abby. She's good. Yeah, she's good with the crypto.
Why, do you have to file taxes with crypto?
You're supposed to. Yeah.
Okay.
As good faith
That's good faith.
for now.
For now.
Yeah. Until the IRS gets a hold of it.
It's kind of a little bit of a gray area right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, when you start, you know how I ask you any crypto, foreign, you know, blah blah blah.
You did ask me that. That's right.
Yeah.
You did ask me
So
that.
when they say yes, then you treat it as stocks. That's really it. You know,
Yeah.
if you took it out and you made money, you pay money on it.
For sure.
Yeah. Basically, that's about it.
And so you and Abby do this thing, a live thing. On,
Yes, on Wednesdays. And we don't even practice. Like, we're just like, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about, you know, this last one was proper books, you know?
Yeah.
Keeping proper books. And this next one, I don't know what it's going to, maybe about your podcast.
And so how do people, yeah, that'd be cool. And how do this? So this is something. This is a new adventure for you and Abby.
Yes.
That you guys have been, you ladies, excuse me, you ladies have been doing for a couple months.
Yeah.
How long you been doing it for?
For the Instagram Live.
Yeah.
We're barely on our 4th episode.
Fourth
So
episode.
maybe a month.
Hoping to build some traction with it.
Yes.
And potentially maybe get into a situation like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have the Girl Math podcast, Diaries of the Girl Math. I can't even.
Diaries. Well, you need to learn how to say it.
Yeah.
Yes. So say it again.
The Girl Math Diaries. There you go. It's
Girl
the
Math Diaries. Is it hard? So if it's hard to roll off your tongue, then it might be hard for other people to roll off the tongue. So simplicity is
key.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
what
podcast.
Is it? Girl Math Diaries. Wait,
podcast.
Girl Math Diaries podcast.
Yes.
Girl Math Diaries podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Girl Math.
Girl Math.
That's a new name.
Girl Math was taken, but yes, nickname.
Girl Math.
Girl Math Plus.
Girl Math Plus. All right, Abby, you hear that? We're gonna switch it to Girl Math Plus.
Why is Girl Math Plus? Because then it sounds like plus size, and these aren't plus size women. You know what I mean?
But we love all sizes.
Yeah.
We love all sizes. Women are powerful, man.
Women are powerful.
Yeah.
Especially, plus size women. They are powerful.
They'll knock your ass out.
There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Then knock your ass out.
Yeah.
Well, why are healthier women? And I want to be respectful about this, right? Even though at times I have no.
I know. I've seen the stuff you say.
But why are healthier women just nicer women, man? Why are healthier women nice? And then the skinny ones got a mad attitude.
Pause.
Because they're always trying to get a man.
Thank you. Healthier women are nicer to males, not to other females.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they hate skinny bitches in. Huh?
I guess. I don't know. I'm in the middle. Sometimes I'm heavy. Sometimes I light. I don't know. I go, whatever.
No, for sure. So, but let's get back to, let's not fall off track because we're going to end up down a rabbit hole of a bunch of bullshit. And that's not what we're going to do here today. I promised Carmen. I said, Carmen, we're going to keep this shit
yes.
professional.
So let's talk about our office Menifee. So the office Menifee, we offer courses.
Courses.
Yeah. So if you want to learn how to do taxes, become a tax strategist, learn how to do your own bookkeeping, learn how to read your own profit and loss, your balance sheet, any financials, how to structure your business, however it is that you want to do yourself, we offer those courses too.
And how can they reach you to get into one of those courses?
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram at EliteBMS, INC, and on our website.
Do you ever give out your so the Instagram is the point of contact and the website has other points of contact?
Everything on it.
Okay,
yeah.
and the website is what?
It's elitebmsinc.com.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, and you'll see all the classes, seminars. We do virtual appointments, guys. So instead of taking a picture and uploading it to TurboTax or whatever, if you don't want to come into the office, we also do virtual appointments.
Fire.
Yeah, because we know people rather be out shopping or at Starbucks or wherever than going into doing their taxes. So.
Or in their work break or at work, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, so you do the virtual thing like the FaceTime or something?
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah. Man, that's so much easier, huh? Talk about convenience.
Yeah.
And that gives you opportunity to just like have clients all over the world like you have it.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's great. And so back to you and Abby. You and your Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm mad at her right now.
Are you mad at her right now? What's she doing?
Sometimes. I don't know.
Just
I want to
air
talk
it
about
out.
it.
Air it out. Let's hear some drama. Switch this podcast.
What is the
Switch
tax
this energy
drama?
up a little.
It was a tax drama. No, I think we both get like overwhelmed. It's tax season,
Yes.
And we get overwhelmed, and I think we're both like biting at each other, but we never fight. It's just like,
Do you think it's healthy for two good friends like yourselves that maybe should fight, pull each other's hair, and slap each other up?
Definitely, because you're venting.
Yes. You think you'd feel better after that?
I think we feel hurt at first, like, oh man, you're so mean, and then it's like, all right, get over it,
But then it doesn't help for the one that got the best of the other one, and now the other one's got a grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you done pulled up half of the head of her hair.
No, we don't get physical.
Is there a frustration room?
She's 6 feet tall.
She's 6 feet.
Yeah. I'm only 5'2".
Is she okay? You're 5'2" and she's 6 feet.
Yeah.
Is she a beautiful? That's a lot of women.
She's
right
gorgeous.
There.
She's gorgeous. She's Arabic.
Oh, she's Arabic?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
damn.
married. She's married, guys. She's
Okay.
married to a Mexican guy.
Yeah. Oh, a Mexican guy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
lucky man him.
Yes, very lucky.
And so Arabic. So she cooks probably the Arabic food, like the good food, huh? I like Arabic food.
Yeah,
Does she make
me too.
kebabs?
I don't know, but her kids, when they swing by the office, they're like, "Mom, when are you gonna cook?" So I know she's a really good cook.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm
interesting.
like, bring some to the office, man.
Yeah, break bread with some of that hummus or
Jeez.
something.
Yeah.
Is hummus Arabic?
I think so. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, I love hummus, man. I like Zankou chicken.
Yeah,
man.
Zankou chicken.
Zankou chicken's good, but every time I go to Zankou chicken, I don't get the chicken. I get the beef kebabs. And,
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. I just had that last week, matter of fact. But I can't be going there all the time. I work in downtown LA, and there's one just directly across from the computer tower that I work in.
Yeah.
And bro, it's
The
fun.
giant computer.
23
It's
bucks.
expensive. Yo, no. For
23 bucks.
some reason, Mediterranean food is oddly expensive for
Yeah.
what they're giving you.
Why?
I don't know. I think everything's expensive now.
Like
though.
shit. What is the chicken and beef? Let's be honest.
Dude.
Chicken, beef, and rice. It's basically a Mexican dish, but it's got a motherfucking Mediterranean twist to it.
Maybe
You know what I
it's the spices.
No.
You know, maybe the spices are a little bit harder to.
Sometimes Mediterranean food's too lean.
It's too
There's
lean.
no fat in
we
it.
like the carne asada with the fat in it.
Yeah, sometimes there's no fat in it. That's
Yeah.
kind of my only gripe with Mediterranean food.
I'm Mexican food all the way. That's my
yeah,
favorite.
what's your? Are you a good cook?
Yeah, ain't I? Yeah, right.
Fire?
Yeah,
He
fire.
said fire.
Yes.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I love to cook.
What is your dish? So people can get to know you while they're doing their tax, and they're like, "Hey, we hear you. You know what I mean?
You make some killer enchiladas. No,
Yeah.
I make everything and anything. I
Chile,
think
Colorado?
Yes, everything, everything. I think the favorite thing my family likes is pozole.
What kind of
when I make
pozole do you make?
Oh, I make it with pork, beef, and chicken.
Dang! All in one shot.
All in one shot.
Oh
Yeah.
damn, bro. Let me
Yeah,
know next
it's
time.
good.
I'll pull up real quick
Yeah.
and just grab myself a bowl. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just act like, hey, let me just get up out here. Cheer for a bowl.
Yes. Yep.
You
And
know,
from
shit.
scratch. I don't buy the sauce. I make the sauce.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
My girl
We
makes
love it.
my girl makes really really good chicken pozole. Like it's so good with the greens. You know what I mean?
The green one?
The green one.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Dude, it's so bomb. Then I'm like, I tell my girl, I'm like, damn, baby, you gotta market this shit, or you gotta find a way, cause like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, my mind is always spinning to make money.
Yeah.
You
You're
feel
an
me?
entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah, like my girl makes something great. I'm like, we gotta bottle that shit up and sell it. You know?
Yeah. Well, let's,
you know,
let's switch.
Not everybody has the drive. Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll give you a bowl and you give me a bowl.
Oh
Tell
yeah,
your wife, like,
yeah. We'll do a little drop off. You want to meet at the Pachenka parking lot? You know, like back in the days.
Like back in the day.
Freeze, sucker! Put the pozole down. Damn. Finally
Oh
get
my
busted for some
God.
shit, and they got us with pozole. Excuse me.
No,
Carmen,
sorry.
There was someone in the chat, and they were asking, their daughter only made about like $3,500, and they were like 18 years old. What is the minimum income requirement to have to file taxes?
So if they made under, just rule of thumb, if they made under 13,000, they don't need to file.
Okay.
You know, the only reason I'll ask my client is to let me see, you know, their child's W-2 is if they had federal taxes withheld. That way I could get them that little money back. That's about it.
Okay.
Look at
Yeah.
Bambi's right there in the comments. Bambi has had my girl's pozole. She said yes, her pozole is
Love
bomb.
pozole.
Shout out to Bambi. What up, Bambi? I got a 3-day weekend right here, man.
Is Monday a holiday?
Monday is a holiday.
What holiday
holiday
is
is
it?
it?
I don't know, but it's
He's
a
making
real
it.
no, it's a real holiday because
Really?
I'm a union worker. You know what I mean?
Oh, what holiday is it? He's looking it up.
So I'm a union worker, so they
So they're giving it to you, huh?
they're giving it to us, so it's a real holiday.
Furter.
It's my daughter's birthday. One
Is
of
it?
them.
Yeah. How's your daughter? How does your daughter?
She's gonna be 18.
18. Happy birthday,
Mariah.
Mariah. Happy
And then she's
birthday,
off to the
girl.
Air Force.
Damn, she's gonna be a pilot. Shooting the shit down.
Yeah.
Little Asian man.
She's man. All my girls are hardcore.
Yeah, that's
they're all tough.
hardcore. She's a real woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's not getting the job through DEI, is it?
No.
Okay. She's getting it through merit, correct? What do you think about that stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you guys have
It's like a-
DEI requirements in your company?
No.
Yeah, because I know somebody with one leg that's dying for a job. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. One leg and
But they're-
cockeyed.
I don't know.
He's moving in circles. That one.
His name is.
I'll get to you right now.
His
I'm
name's
on my way. I'm right around the corner.
His name is what?
His name's Playboy Eddie.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, let's take a quick break.
Oh, you want to play the bills real quick?
You pay the bills. I gotta
Absolutely.
use the restroom, and we'll come back.
Okay.
We
with,
get on this, guy.
Miss Carmen Hernandez.
I was talking to Carmen earlier. I was telling her that my wife has to file taxes, and geez, I've been trying to tax strategize for my wife.
Can
and
you help him out with this?
Yes, I told them. Let me know if she could make it.
I gotta
on
file my own
Tuesday.
taxes. She's on her own now.
Wait, she's your wife. You guys don't file together?
Well, we just got married this last year,
Like after June?
October 13th.
Oh yeah, you don't have to file together.
Yeah. So like, yeah. I'll be honest with you, before we pay these bills, I was doing my taxes through TurboTax, and I did, and I was like, they try to. I mean, I guess I'll talk off camera.
No, it's okay. Go.
No, they just because I had like half of the year I had a W-2, and then I didn't work at all for a big chunk of the year, and then the other, or I guess whatever, third technically, the last third I had 1099 work, but I also own a business, so it's kind of a little convoluted sometimes.
What kind of how's your business structured? Is it a sole prop?
Sole prop, yeah. It's sole prop because there's really less liability on what I'm doing. Really, it's just I make hats, so it's really like. There's like, I mean, am I gonna make somebody's hat wrong where I have liability? You know, like,
yeah. It's
pretty easy, right? So I've had it as a sole prop for a minute.
Yeah.
But I got on TurboTax, I got it down to where the feds owe me $23.
Nice. Look at you, tax strategizing over there.
Strategizing.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. But when the IRS sends you a letter to fix it, come see me.
Oh my God! All right, Carmen, I'm gonna have to go see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, come see me.
I'm gonna come see you on Tuesday. But
you guys got an appointment with her on Tuesday?
well, I was talking to her about Bev, but Bev has work on Tuesday, so she can't make. Because maybe it would be easier if my wife and I come together. Would that make more sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make more. I love it when couples come together, even if they don't file together. That way we could,
and
figure it out.
Yeah, and then she probably needs strategy as well. Like I was telling you, like we should have got a car last year in her taxes, but missed that. So now there's gonna be less that she's gonna have to.
It's okay.
But there's more that she's gonna have to. Let the government see. Essentially, right?
Did you run those ads yet?
Essentially.
No, I'm gonna run them right now.
Bring them right here and let's just do it the way we do it, all right? What's up, my G's? Let's get this money real quick. Let's pay these bills. Let's do it like this. Let's go real quick. Hey, Hoodstocks is sponsored by Shockware. Shockware is more than streetwear. It's culture, lifestyle of individuality through self-expression, through clothes. I want you guys to go to shockware.com. Hoodstocks 15. Use Hoodstocks 15 when you go to shockware.com. Looking for some good quality cannabis. I mean, killer quality cannabis. Hit the folks at Killakushcali. They specialize in bringing the best quality available from OG to exotic. They
I did it all, baby.
Yes, sir. And you can follow them on Instagram. And they just Mom Dog just changed the Instagram again. It's Killakush.
It's not .Los Angeles anymore?
It's not .Los Angeles no more because they just tagged me on something. It's Killakush. Casey's going to look it up. I want you guys to follow him on Instagram or pull up to the Drip Fits apparel in Whittier for the latest Killakush merch drops located at 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier, California, baby.
I still see it here as Killakush.Los Angeles.
Okay, so they still got the Killakush.
Yeah.
So he's got other...
Killakush.official as well.
Okay, cool. And we're also sponsored by, shout out to my dog, Ozempic Vince, man. If you need any type of, you need any type of peptides, my dog's got it. You need some TRT replacement, my dog's got it. I want you to reach out to Ozempic Vince at, here's his personal phone number, 714-269-1900. Send him a text, tell him Hoodstock sent you, tell him Lucky sent you, tell him Casey sent you, and he's going to take care of you, man. You know what I mean? Best products around right now. Calling all bakers and chefs. Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery and Restaurant equipment. Top quality oven, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Perfect for your next culinary creation. I want you to visit Origin today in South Omani or check them out online, Origin Bakery Equipment, and their number is 626-579-3580. Okay, we are also sponsored by, Peep Game. It's tax season, right? We talking, no, this is the wrong one. Hey, you guys ready to raise up? You guys ready to raise up? You guys ready to get out that apartment? Well, check it out. Prime Equity Mortgage help me get a house, and they can help you get a house as well. And it's free of charge. get at my boy Andrew right here. His number is 626-825-6565. Prime Equity Mortgage. It is free to call. My dog right here. This is my boy right here. He's one of the most decent people you ever meet in your life. The dude is a real honest dude. He's a real professional. I always throw all kinds of wild stuff at him when I'm sitting with him in his office, chopping it up. And he don't bite on none of my bullshit. The dude he's just raised right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Andrew. 626-825-6565. Tap in. Hey, now here we go now. We're talking about tax season, right? Tax season, you know what I mean? This is a time when the big girls got a new boyfriend, you know what I mean? You know, and it's tax season, you know what I mean? And you know, some of these dudes got the eye on the prize. You know what I mean? There might be a Cuban link, right? You want a Cuban link? You want some gold? You want 14K gold? Well, my boy D, Leo, the jeweler, lives in downtown LA, okay? And he's got all the wholesale prices. And he does, he's done all of our Hoodstocks chains. He does the molding, the casting. The dude is a fucking amazing individual. I've known the boy since he's 5 years old, let's be honest, you know what I mean? His number is 323-899-0001. Hey, we're also sponsored by Rottweiler Mafia, all right? The best Rottweiler breeder in the United States. Matter of fact, I got a Rottweiler in my house. Her name is Tiny, and I'm gonna be bringing her in, man. And I got him through this breeder right here. Her temperament is amazing. She's a sweetie pie. And she's gonna grow into a very, very large dog. And just her look alone already, you're just like, you ain't gonna jump my fence, bro. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I mean? But if you'd like to join the Rottweiler Mafia, tap in with my boy right here, 424-666-9929. And we are sponsored by Doug Sherrod. All right, he's the best criminal defense attorney in the city of Los Angeles. We have him on retainer right here, right? You got a hood podcast, you need to have a criminal defense lawyer. Don't play with it, you know what I mean? Just in case we got to put somebody down right here, baby, in the studio, you know what I mean? Self-defense, you know what I mean? Hey, Doug, what do we do with the body? You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. But Doug Sherrod used to be he used to work in the federal prosecutor's office. And then he was a DA he was district attorney for the city of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So now he's on the other side of the fence, going to bat for individuals that potentially have been wrongfully accused or just have to cross that bridge, right? You know what I mean? And if you'd like to reach Doug Sherrod, you can reach Doug Sherrod at
KingKongLawyer.com.
Okay, we're back with Carmen, Miss Carmen Hernandez. Yes. Carmen, so you and Abby, I want to get back to what you guys are doing because I want to build on it. I want people to follow you. I want people to support you.
Thank you.
You know, I want people to go over to your, so you do your live streams off of the Elite Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. And so once again, let's say that again so people can go over there and hit the follow button. I'm sorry.
Follow at Elite BMS INC.
Okay. And so you guys do these lives.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah. At 3:00, we're like, I go live, and then she logs in.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then we just start, okay, what are we going to talk about? Okay, let's talk about,
Yeah.
whatever kind of day we're having there with the type of client, most of all.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, which is interesting to what demographic?
Yeah. So, for example,
what is the goal? What is the goal? Like, what is the, I know the niche.
Yeah.
We know the niche, right?
Yeah.
And so we're trying to build this into, that's going to be interesting for people to come and tap in. And you want all walks of life to come tap in.
Yes.
So how do you make something like that interesting?
So I think by giving, not just tips, on taxes, but really educating our listeners and letting them know, how to understand taxes or even financial situations. Because the reason why I started, helping out essentially was, and wanting to put a voice out there was because a lot of, and I'm going to say, my raza, coming in and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're like, I need to file taxes, and I don't know how it works, but, these people, and there's so much fraud out there with taxes, which fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Especially for people who can't speak English.
Yeah.
I hate seeing stuff like that. And there's fraud and they get ripped off and so it's in Spanish and English, and just educating everybody. Don't let yourselves,
Yeah.
We don't have to pay tax overly, you know, if
Yes.
that makes any sense. And we want everybody to be part of it and feel comfortable when it's tax time.
Absolutely. Feel comfortable when it's tax time.
Yeah,
What if-
and when they're starting businesses too. Anybody could start a business, you know?
What are the most common tax mistakes you see individuals or small business owners make?
So number one would be not keeping record. Not keeping record of expenses, again, because they're losing a lot of money on the table. So that's the number one. The second thing is structuring it correctly. So I get a lot of clients who say, or we get a lot of clients who say, hey, I opened up a company. Okay, what kind? Well, I don't know. I just went to go get it and I told them I needed it. So, you know, and they're a fucking C Corp, you know, they're tiny. They're just starting, you know, or they're an LLC, a single member LLC, and they should be an S Corp or however, but they won't know unless someone sits there, you know, with you. And this damn TikTok stuff. Man, well, TikTok said, you know, I could do blah, 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 you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn. So it's kind of really just jumping on live raw and giving you guys scenarios and educating you guys about certain things like that, you know.
And that's awesome. I like that. Like there's I guess lawyers have a little upper hand in regards to, I've been watching some lawyers lately that have podcasts too. And so they have a little more, I'd say, I don't want to downplay what you guys do, which is cool. It's, you know what I mean? But they have more of an interesting field because they're dealing with criminals and they can, right? It's a little different.
That's more interesting.
Yeah, right? You know, I mean, let's not downplay. Taxes is fun, right? You know?
No. Fun for me.
Yeah, fun for you,
Not
you know?
for you guys.
But it's kind of like, what I'm getting at is you're trying to, like, you want to create something fun. You know, so you got to add a lot of your personality.
Yes.
You got to add personal stories. You know, maybe like the two girls fighting outside. You know what I mean? You got to add a lot of different things in, and then kind of get to the back to
and then get
why
to
we
the
here.
point. Yeah.
Not the point, but why we here.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to make it entertaining. So you got to constantly, you got to work harder.
Yeah.
You got to work way harder because the information that you're giving out is important information for a certain person that is looking for that information at the time, maybe tax season.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so you have to figure out a way to, you know, this is me just thinking out loud and thinking about what you're doing and how do we make Carmen successful with a podcast with Abby.
Yes.
You know?
My gosh. Yes.
You know, and so you have to work so much harder than the person, like the lawyer guy. You know what I mean? They can speak on a very interesting case. Like they're speaking on Big U. There was a big federal indictment in Los Angeles. Have you heard about with the Rolling 60s? No. And so there's a public figure known as Big U out here that he's now in federal custody. And so a lot of lawyers are chiming in on the indictment, you know. And so what the dude was doing, or what he was doing is on paper, one of the charges, is he had opened up a nonprofit organization that was supposed to help out the kids out here in Los Angeles.
Got it.
You know?
Okay.
And then, so he, you know, he's a black man that has somewhat of a big stature within the community, and he created this thing called check-in. When you come to LA, you got to check in. So a lot of, you know, you got to rap artists, basketball players, you got to check in with Big U, let them know when you're in the city, because then you get protection.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, it was a big thing, and it was it's a really interesting case. And if you go through YouTube, I mean, it's there, and there's a lot of just different walks of life, lawyers and shit that are chiming in. But anyways, the dude. And so one of the things is tax fraud too, you know, but what the dude was doing is allegedly he was getting money from these basketball players or different people that were giving donations to, thinking that it was going to get funneled, or maybe it did get funneled, you know what I mean? I don't want to pass judgment. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. But then what the Fed said he was doing, as soon as that money would land into that nonprofit organization account, then he would just transfer it to his personal account.
Oh.
You can't do that, huh?
No, you can't.
Oh, I didn't know you couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
No.
You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
Why would he do that? Just to secure it so nobody else would touch it within this nonprofit? Oh, you don't know why he would do that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he needed it.
Allegedly, he was just moving it over.
Yeah, but you can't do that, huh?
No, not like that. Not just withdraw it and say, okay, I'm going to put it in my personal account. I'm the,
Yeah, but it's a huge case, man, and it's so freaking interesting. We really got to dive into it a little bit, Casey, and just kind of like, kind of pick it apart a little and talk about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then also too, what they allegedly they said he did for his business is during the COVID. I guess there was for businesses you can get something supplemental or something money back for the company if you said the company was worth this much. You can get.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm talking about? I don't know the ins and outs of it or whatever. But
so he got a bunch too.
He got a bunch of money back.
Yeah.
And he said his record label was worth like, I don't know. I'll throw out a number, 300,000. You know what I mean? Which it wasn't, know. But anyways.
Wow.
Yeah,
all that stuff that went on during COVID. Believe it or not, I had a lot of clients who were like sole props. Like starting their businesses. And when SBA started, giving out money and EDD, do you remember like
PPP
unemployment,
loans, right?
PPP loans, all that stuff. A handful of them, I never saw them again.
They got busted or what?
I don't know. I just never saw them again. Like they got millions. Oh,
they disappeared?
They either went to Mexico. They went somewhere. I don't know.
So you're saying they utilized your service and they bounced the fuck out?
No, I didn't do that for them.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not trying to incriminate you. I'm just trying to. Oh, so you knew that they were.
Yeah.
You knew,
so they told me, hey, I'm getting this
Yeah.
much, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we just sit down and talk when we're doing
Random
taxes
conversation?
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow. And I remember going home telling my husband, man, some of these people are getting millions. They're getting millions. Like, man, I slept on that. And yeah, now.
Well, they were giving company. The government or the state was helping out companies that were potentially drowning in
supposedly. Yeah.
Right?
Allegedly, it was you just had a business
Allegedly.
before the pandemic started. You apply, you just say how much your business made,
Yeah.
you would get a loan. It was that easy.
Yeah, a loan, grants, money, like just.
Yeah, it was that easy. I know people who had a business
Yeah.
like that didn't do shit, and that they bought a house with that money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, dude, what the fuck?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
hell's coming for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So now they're nowhere to be found.
And you know what? That's kind of the great thing about me, or about my circle of people, is I guess there's some of them aren't smart enough, or maybe some of them aren't just dumb enough to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm way out of the loop of.
You're
they're like, hey,
doing
look, guess what we doing? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, sign me up.
Yeah.
Thank God I ain't got. My people are either dumb. They too dumb to know, or they too smart to fuck with it. You know?
No, remember, there's the informed and uninformed. That's
Informed
it.
and uninformed.
I'm not even.
Uninformed.
I'm uninformed.
You're uninformed.
Well, what do you want to
Yeah.
be? Are you informed or uninformed?
I want to make sure I inform all my clients.
Yeah. Well, I'm uninformed in the. I don't know the racket of what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
Too much racket.
Yeah. I'm glad for
Too
that
much
too.
game.
Too much game.
I'm glad I ain't
there.
got fools that much, and I think I cut that loose little by little as I've progressed into, my adulthood, or this chapter of my life, my journey in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I've progressed so far, and I cut so many people off. It's just I'm waiting. People think, oh, you got a street podcast. You hear about this type of shit all the time. No, I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because outside of this room right here, I live a fucking and I'm not trying to plead a fucking because I potentially got a case coming. Like, no, I'm just like, it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
you get busy.
Enjoying freedom, man.
Yeah, enjoying
Shit.
freedom. I'll stay away from the bullshit because I know what that bullshit will do to you.
Yeah, stay away from that crap.
Yeah.
Carmen, everybody wants to know, including myself, how do the rich avoid paying taxes? Usually.
Same old thing. Strategy. They strategize, man. My biggest clients, multi-million-dollar companies. Some we meet up once a week through Zoom, because they're out there traveling around the world, or once a month, whatever, however, because they're trying to see, hey, what do I need to do? What do I need to show in my books so that I don't pay them, so that my company doesn't pay that much tax? Mm-hmm. And it flows through to their to their personal. You got to remember that. So.
And are taxes written more for business owners or W-2 employees?
Both. Both.
In what ways?
Well, for businesses, it all depends, right? So if you're a C corporation, let's start with the big one. It's taxed at a 21% tax rate. So you want to make sure that if you open that type of business, you're not going to be left with that huge gain and pay taxes on that. Like, come on. That's the IRS wants 21% of that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's a lot.
So,
That's like internet. I mean, that's like interest charges on credit cards.
yeah, that's just the IRS, not even the state. You know, state of California will come right behind it as well. And then you have the S corporation where the IRS says, okay, go ahead. Your business made either a profit or a loss or whatever, but it's going to flow through your personal. You know, and that's when you have to strategize before the year ends, because you know it's going to affect you personally when you do taxes. And then, of course, all the other ones that are smaller than the S Corp, LLC, single members, sole props, that flow automatically to your personal tax return.
If you can put a face and a body on the IRS, what the face and that body would look like?
What was that movie with like Will Smith and that other guy? Men in Black?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like that.
His partner.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, he's the white dude.
Tommy
Yes.
Lee Jones.
Tommy
but-
Lee Jones. Yeah, you put that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
That's the
what I
IRS.
said. Yeah,
Man, that's
the
scary.
IRS.
So it's scary then.
But
Huh?
you know, but you know what? No, I have more faith in the IRS than in the state of California, man. Franchise tax board. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You owe them. They will go into your bank account and take what you owe.
So who is control of that? The franchise.
The state of California.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so does that? And so you're more worried about them than the IRS.
Than the IRS. Yeah, because the IRS will send you letters. They'll send you letters. They'll send you letters. You know, they won't call you. So if the IRS is calling you, that's fraud, guys. They send you letters after letters after letters. They might show up at your house, you know?
So what do you mean? So when I get that text message saying, hey, what's up, Luck? It's the IRS. Hit this link right here, bro, because we got some great things for you.
No, that's
hit that
fraud.
link.
That's fraud.
They said your tax return just
They
got a
don't
little bit
call.
extra.
Dude, they've only got me one time like that, dude, and it
Yeah.
wasn't the IRS.
Phishing scam.
It was for I was on unemployment at the time, and they were like, and I was just like, and I was, you know what, I was hurting so bad for money at
Yeah.
the time, being on unemployment. That I was like, damn, where's my unemployment at? Where's my unemployment at?
Yeah.
And so
And AI heard you.
These fraudulents, or maybe AI heard me exactly.
Yeah.
These fraudulents text me at the right time where I was desperate for some cash. They're like,
Yeah.
your money is here. Hit the link. And it's never happened like that. But
You're
I was
like,
just like, I was
yeah.
like a crackhead. I mean, like, give me some money, bitch. Bop, hit the link. And then it was all gone. They jacked me
Yeah.
for like $900
Fuck.
Oh, no.
just by hitting the link, bro.
God damn it.
Yeah. They'll get you.
I'm an idiot.
No.
Do I look
no,
like an
it
idiot?
happens. No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Carmen, I gotta ask you, what's up with the self-employment tax? 15%, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so
What's up with
remember-
that? Why does that exist? Please.
I
That
know.
shit is BS,
well, you're
man.
self-employed, so you're not paying any taxes throughout the year. So now you got to pay taxes. Now, remember, if you're a sole prop, you're paying those self-employment tax. Right?
Sole
On the
prop and
back
LLC
end.
single member, right? Yep.
It's flowing through. So you got to make sure. You got to make sure you're right underneath that line so that it doesn't hit you too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so running this business right here, the best thing, do you think the best thing I can have is an LLC?
I think, yes, until we start seeing, you know, and I'm not going to say too much because, you know,
Until we start seeing some real numbers. Go ahead.
yeah, until we start seeing.
Well, no, it's usually S corps. Usually, if you're making over 150,000, it makes sense to S corp, right?
Yes, but remember, if you're an S corp, you have to be on payroll. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be on payroll. A lot of people are not, and you know what happens if the IRS or state catch you not being on payroll? They'll go back to the moment you open that or open up that S corp or elected to be taxed as an S corp and charge you self-employment tax.
S
from
corp
way
is a
back.
lot of work.
No, it's not.
It
No,
seems
that's
like
one of
you
my
have to,
favorites.
because you have to hire like an accountant and you have to hire like a payroll people and stuff.
You just hire
You know?
payroll, you know?
Yeah.
Payroll, yeah. And for accounting member, just try to do it yourself on QuickBooks.
I had to get.
Or you can hire me.
Yeah,
Hire
there
us.
is that.
Yeah, we got you.
And if people would like to hire you, they can contact you at where?
Yes, at elitebmsinc.com or on Instagram at elitebmsinc.
So I used to have a bunch of guys right here, and like I was telling you previously, and I had to get rid of them, you know, because they wanted health insurance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they started picketing out the front, you know what I mean? Canine, Preston.
Oh my gosh.
Who else was out there? Case, remember they were picketing? They were
Yeah, it
like,
was
you know,
Nick.
Yeah,
They all wanted health insurance?
They wanted health insurance. I'm like, bro, we are only here once a week. You know what I mean? What the fuck you
Yeah.
want? What do you mean you want health insurance? So it's just
They're trying to get their teeth done and shit.
couple of them had missing teeth. You know what I mean? That's a problem. You know what I mean? But I ain't got nothing to do with that missing tooth.
That's on them.
Yeah.
They're trying to get those peptide shots too, man. Shit, they wanted it all.
God.
So they were trying to look fucking snatched.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
Huh?
So what did you do when they wanted health insurance?
Well, I gave them the number of the local clinic, you know? I'm just fucking with you. I mean, I'm just messing with you. Excuse my language. You know what, Carmen? This has been fun.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I was so nervous. So nervous. It's been a blast, though. Thank you for not making it too crazy. And sorry if it was kind of boring. I know taxes and accounting isn't for everybody, but unfortunately, we all, especially if you're a business owner.
Yes.
Don't wing it. We're there to help. When anything, structure your business, help you on books, any questions, and also consultations.
Absolutely. And once again, they can reach you at...
You can reach us on Instagram at EliteBMSINC or on our website at EliteBMSINC.com. 2 locations, Pomona, that's where I grew up. That's my hometown. And in Menifee, in case you're on the Temecula Valley side as well.
Absolutely. Carmen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For blessing the platform.
Thank you so much.
I hope you had a good time.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You seemed like you loosened up and you weren't as nervous.
Yeah, I was about to hit that right there, but I was like, no. I can't, because he's in the military, so I can't have him smell it,
Do you smoke?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. We'll take...
In front of my clients. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you smoke, though?
Yes, I do.
Oh, damn.
Yes, now while I'm doing your taxes, you guys, because if not, everybody would be getting free refunds everywhere, huh?
I think you should get a giant logo of Pomona, the city. The 5 Ps. In your office. Or the 6 Ps, yeah.
In my office?
Yeah, I think that'll go hard.
Like right behind me?
Yeah, right behind you. That'd be
All
sick.
right, okay. I'm gonna get that done. You guys heard it from here. Hoodstocks said, get that logo.
So we're gonna bring this back. We used, like I told you guys in the beginning of the podcast, we used to do this. Or I didn't do this. I said that in the video that we promoted the podcast right now. But we used to do this occasionally in the beginning years of Hoodstocks. Having a professional like Carmen come in and drop you guys some game. And obviously, these type of podcasts don't ever really do like huge numbers. But what's good about them is people get great information and we serve the community. There's got to be a balance in the system, And I just, once again, you guys make sure you follow Carmen at Elite. What is it again on Instagram?
Elite BMS INC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you follow her, and if you enjoyed this podcast, reach out to her in a DM or comment on one of her pictures or her things, and tap in with her. When do you do the little
Wednesdays. So every Wednesdays at 3 p.m.
Okay.
We go live. Yeah.
So
So yeah, reach out, guys.
Maybe I could do. Maybe you can bring me into one of those lives.
Yes. Yeah. Let me know.
And then so we can try to get some of my numbers over to your numbers, and make it easier. Vice versa, 100%.
Yes.
And make it make it easier for the people sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I could pop in for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be like,
that way
hey,
it's not boring their life.
Yeah.
And then you come around, they're like, all right, now we're talking.
And we'll watch Lucky count his tax return cash.
Yeah. That's what we won't do. That shit's already spent, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get it already?
No, I haven't got it. Oh, dude, I was hoping I'd get it yesterday.
Has it been a week?
We did it Monday.
Monday? Oh, yeah.
Last time,
you'll
bro.
get it this week.
Yeah, last time, Carmen.
Yeah.
No, I'm feeling too comfortable.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, last time, Carmen, I got it that Friday. I was like, hell
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Okay.
I got one of the checks,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this
I
week.
gotta do some stuff. I gotta move my washer and dryer out to the patio, so I gotta move some stuff around in my crib. So it's kind of spent a little bit,
Yeah,
and
already.
And then my girl, I don't know, might get her a little mommy makeover maybe.
Oh, nice.
Might get her a car or something,
Yeah, good. Good for you. That's good. That's awesome.
I'll take care of my girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the mommy makeover, that's just a win-win, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, girl, get your ass over here, you know what
I mean? Yeah. I'm planning on that. He's like, you're fine, but yeah. No, I see his eyes when we go out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll be waiting on that.
You're gonna keep that up. That's the way I'm gonna look. Single.
Yeah. See?
I'm just kidding.
No.
That's funny.
Hey,
So I'll be waiting on that green pozole.
Yes, we'll make that work. 100%.
Yeah.
We'll work that out. And I'm going to bring you some Killakush this week. I'm going to get a package and drop you off some. Because usually I have it right here. No, dude, I always come through. I got sponsors right here that usually we're like, bop, you know what I mean? But we're not right now. Everybody give it for Carmen. Carmen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you.
And you guys, check it out, man. Lucky spent it on rock. my guys.
Gold rocked.
So hey, I want to say this to you guys. We got a 3-day weekend. I got a 3-day weekend. I'm going to enjoy my weekend with my family. I got some things to do with my girls. We're not going to have a podcast tomorrow night. But next week, we got a podcast Saturday night. We got a podcast Sunday night. And they're both bangers, bro.
Blockbuster.
Okay. Yes. And the podcast Saturday night is a Strength Cartel ex-member. That's going to be a fire-ass podcast. And we got Sunday night bro, we got you guys, man. We got you guys. We coming strong. And all the merch is going to be getting sent out this week. If you placed order on www.50racks.com. Matter of fact, you can go there right now. www.50racks.com. Place your order for a new t-shirt. It's a collab with us and Shockaware. It's a badass shirt. And your support is tremendous. And I love you guys. And I thank you guys so much, man. All right. We are out of here. Be safe this weekend. Bye.